Hi, everyone. Happy holidays.
Happy holidays.
Oh my goodness, we already have people joining. Hello and welcome.
Hi, everyone.
Ooh, are you in the holiday spirit these days?
Do I look like I'm in the holiday spirit?
You
Yes.
do.
Very much. Are you in the holiday spirit?
Oof. I have to say it's a little cold in my apartment, so it's time to bundle up.
Bundle up.
Yeah.
Have you not turned your heater on yet?
I have, but I was thinking it'd be nice and cozy to wear. I mean, we did a fashion show last time, right? So I
Yes,
figured
true.
it'd be nice and cozy to, it'd be nice to wear some nice winter clothes. Yeah.
Definitely.
I think when I go and visit my family for Christmas, this is something that kind of looks like what I would normally wear.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
it's
Or
cold
maybe
where
something
you're
like you would
from.
see in a Christmas movie. What's that?
I said, well, it's cold where you're from.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Well, it's
We get
cold
a
where
lot of
I'm
stuff.
at right now.
And where are you
But
now?
I'm in Finland. And the Finnish people say this is where Santa Claus is from. So I guess I'm in the right place.
Oh my goodness. I'll have to tell my nephew that.
Yes. It's a big deal here.
Up in the north. Yeah, Boston's cold in the winter, but it does have more sunlight than Germany.
Yeah.
But it has more snow than Germany too, or some parts of Germany. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely below.
Germany doesn't really snow that much, I don't think. But it's snowing here. Wait, I'll turn you around. You can kind of see.
It's snowing. Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
Or it's also kind of snowy too. Is it snowing? It's a little hard to see.
I think it is just a little bit. It's going to snow a lot tonight. So starting in a few
Oh,
hours, it should
you're
be
very lucky.
really snowing.
I just moved my microphone a little bit. Maybe let me know if I'm too quiet, please.
Sounds good to me.
Um, yeah. Also, what's the difference between snowy, to be snowy out, and to be snowing? That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a good one.
So when it's snowy out, well, that means that there is snow, and maybe on the ground.
Yeah. And if it's snowing with the ing,
That means that there's snow falling from the sky. So I'm
yeah,
just
it's
typing here. A little slow
actively
today.
snowing.
Yeah. So I'm just typing snowy. Now I'm getting hot because I'm right before the live stream. I was craving some coffee. So I really wanted to drink some coffee. And so I went and I didn't have a lot of time to make it. So I made some instant,
Yeah.
which is funny because a lot of people say they don't like instant coffee.
I like instant coffee.
Yeah, I think it still tastes great. It tastes different than normal coffee
Exactly.
with like coffee grounds.
Yeah, it's just
Um,
different.
it's just different. Yeah, yeah. But I was talking to my partner, and he was saying that when I'm in Colombia, I can't tell people that I like instant coffee because they'll kick me out of the country.
I can imagine they are coffee people.
They are.
Definitely.
And so I'm very excited. I wish I could show you my little platter, my little dish that but I just made my coffee here, and I have my like little coffee spoon and
Oh, so
my
cute.
little Christmassy mug, and it has little reindeer on it.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, it's very, very
Mine's
festive. Let's see if
springy.
I can get my camera to focus on it. There you go.
Yeah, that looks so cute. It's perfect for this live stream
It
because this
is.
is the winter holiday special.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm wearing my reindeer ears and antlers. These are called antlers.
You got it in. And then
My
also
computer's kind of
reindeer.
hot.
So deer is also one of those funny nouns in English that there's no, or the plural for it is the same as
Yeah.
the singular.
Hey, Captain T. We missed you last time. Was it last time or the time before you weren't able to make it? I don't remember which one.
One reindeer, two reindeer. Same with just regular deer. One deer, two deer.
Yeah.
But now that I'm drinking this hot coffee, I
Oh,
don't know if I can wear my hat and my scarf. But as it disappears, as we get later into the live stream, I know that I'll need to, yeah,
bundle it.
get bundled up again. That's a good one.
Yeah, that is a
I
good
can
one.
take that one.
Yeah, my computer is high up right now, so typing looks a little crazy, but I'll do what I can.
I'll try my best to make up for it then. So to be bundled up is to be wrapped up and cozy in your clothes or blankets. Can you be bundled up in blankets? Yeah,
Yeah, definitely.
good word.
I watched a movie last night, a Christmas movie, and I was bundled up on the couch with lots of blankets and pillows.
Oh, did you really? What did you
Yeah,
watch?
it's the new one. It's kind of corny. It's it's on Netflix. Oh, what's it called?
Is it
It's
Single
the
for the Holidays? Because I
no,
think you recommended that for me.
Single all the way, and
Oh,
yes,
oh,
highly
Single all the way.
recommend.
I did watch that.
It's cute.
I have some critiques though.
No, let it be corny. Let it just be what it is.
I don't know though because I think may I have a quick moment?
As long as you don't give any spoilers.
It's hard to tell if this is a spoiler or not. So a spoiler is information about the end of a story that is kind of like a secret in the beginning of the story.
Mhm.
Um, I don't think it's just like the main idea of it. But I think what happens is people are like forcing other people to do something they don't want to do
Mhm.
is a lot of what happens in the movie. And yeah, I don't know if I like that idea.
I don't like that idea either, but
Yeah. But it's very cheesy, it's very corny.
exactly.
Yeah.
I love a movie that just life feels simpler when you're
Yeah,
watching.
that can be nice. Yeah, life is very complicated sometimes. It's nice to just watch a movie to forget about real life, forget
Mhm.
about your problems, and just
Yes.
relax and be entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that. So
Okay.
should we give people another minute to join
Let's
us?
let's give them a second and then we're gonna start. I'm excited. This is gonna be, I think, my favorite live stream. Maybe.
Yeah, this is gonna be one of my favorites too. But I have to say the little fashion show we had before was also one of
That
my
was fun. That
um,
was fun. If you want, you could, for those who have forgotten or didn't see that one, you could show a few of the winter clothes that you have on in their names.
Ooh, okay, yeah. So this here, it looks like a sweater. It's kind of a type of sweater, and it has my sort of holiday pattern. Or this looks kind of Christmassy, doesn't it? Like very
It does.
wintry.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Wintry.
So this is a cardigan. Oh, you got it. Thanks.
I got it.
Yeah, so this is a cardigan. It's a type of sweater. And the thing that makes it a cardigan is that it's open down the middle and you can, button it together or unbutton it, right? This is important to me. All of the sweatshirts that I have, pretty much all of them have to open in the middle because when I get
Um,
hot, the first thing I have to do is like open my, what my sweatshirt or sweater.
yeah.
And like my arms might still be cold, but my stomach is always the first thing to get warm. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, I always wear this kind of a thing. I wish
Yeah.
I could wear regular sweaters or regular sweatshirts that are closed in
Yeah.
the
I have a
middle.
sweatshirt on.
Mm.
It is not a cardigan.
But I don't know. I can't wear those because I think
The
I
heat.
open and close my cardigans and my zipper sweatshirts so often that I would always just be like taking off my sweatshirt, putting on my sweatshirt,
Yeah.
taking off my sweatshirt, and just back and forth and back and forth. So, all right, one sip of coffee, a little small drink of coffee, and then I'll show you some more winter clothes. Sound good?
Okay. Yes. So Brian just said a sip of coffee. So a sip is a noun and a verb. So one sip of tea is just a little drink, like just a little of tea. Or you can say I'm sipping on my tea as a verb. I'm sipping my tea.
Good, yeah. How cold is it where you guys are? Asks Jen. I have to look up the temperature.
It's a lot warmer today. I'm in Finland, and yesterday was negative 14 or 15 or 16, something like that.
Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Celsius. But it's only -2 now.
Okay, not so bad.
It's not so bad, but it's very windy, and that's not fun.
Yeah, that's tough. I just looked up. It's 32 degrees Fahrenheit exactly in Berlin. And Emily, do you know what temperature that is in Celsius?
0.
Yeah. So it's exactly freezing out in Berlin. But I think maybe because I'm from a cold country or a cold area, 0 degrees Celsius is not that cold to me. It doesn't usually bother me that much.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and I'm here in Berlin, so. And where are you guys watching? So we have a couple people watching now. Hello, thanks, and welcome. Where are you watching from? What temperature is it like where you are? What holidays do you celebrate this time of year? Or maybe you don't celebrate any now. I know in some countries there's no big December holiday, maybe, but there's one in, say, January or February. And we might talk a little bit about those too. Maybe the Water Festival of, I think it's Thailand, and Spring Festival in China, or a lot of Asian countries, actually.
Jen said it was -7 Celsius in Munich, but now
that's cold.
Yeah.
Should I finish off with a little bit more winter clothing, or should we just? Okay, I'll just do this quickly, and then we'll get on to the holidays.
Yeah.
So this is, of course, a hat. It's a winter hat. You could also call it a beanie.
Beanie.
Wow, yeah. Captain T is dead in the heat. Oh no.
20 degrees Celsius. That's a dream. Let's trade places, Captain T. Do you want to come to Finland? It's freezing. Literally.
This is a beanie, and then this is a scarf. Ta-da. And then some other common things. Let me see. I just pulled them out recently. I don't know if I have them here.
The beanie's a hat, and the scarf goes around your neck. Brian's on the move again.
I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
I'm looking for my gloves, but I can't find them.
Oh no!
They're hiding. Oh, do you know what? They're in my winter jacket. Ta-da! And these are gloves.
Yes. Also, okay, so those are gloves. You can see all of his fingers, right? But there are also gloves that actually all have one hole,
one pocket
place for all of your fingers, and then a thumb. So you look like this, and those are called mittens. So you can see it there at the bottom of the screen. I have mittens, but they're far away, and I'm not going to get them. And Brian has gloves.
Dennis in Hong Kong. Wow, it's 20 there as well. So it's warm, closer to the equator. I've been to both Thailand and Hong Kong before. I liked both countries. I went to Hong Kong after I lived in Zunyi, China for 2 years, and it was amazing. So I really enjoyed Hong Kong. So hello to you, Dennis.
Oh my gosh, Fernando, 30 degrees. That's hot.
Wow. And North Brazil. Okay, so you are pretty close to the equator.
Wow.
I have a world map over there that I want to put up. Is anybody from, let's see, I think Thailand is completely north of the equator, or maybe there's part that's on the equator. Is anybody from the southern hemisphere? So is there anybody maybe from like Australia or South Africa or something like that who's joining? Because there it's not wintertime there. It's summertime, right? So
So crazy.
we just had the winter solstice, and on the other side of the earth, on the southern hemisphere, they just had the summer solstice. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny to think of like a summertime Christmas
I
because that's
know.
so foreign to me.
Hey,
Hello, hi
Jack.
Jack. 30
Okay,
degrees.
well,
That's a
should we get
dream? No,
started?
that's a little too hot for me.
30 is
But
a dream for me too. I'm with you. I'm with you there, Jen.
oh,
So,
good. Yeah, should we get
let's get
started?
started. I'm so excited. I'm so ready.
Me too. Cool. So let's what do you say we go through the the winter holidays or northern hemisphere winter holidays? Do you want to go in order of how they typically are?
Yeah, I'd say so. Makes more sense that way.
Cool. Um,
So, what
so
holiday kicks off the holiday season is what we call it. Brian, what's the holiday that kicks it off for you?
I think, well, for me personally, I think the one that kind of tells me, okay, it's starting, um, is actually Halloween. And I think maybe people don't think of Halloween as the start of the holiday season. But when you think about it, we have, so it's October 31st, it's the end of October is the first holiday there. And then you have the end of November is Thanksgiving. And then you have the end of December is Christmas and then New Year's.
Mhm.
So it is, they're all 1 month spaced apart. So it does feel like the start to the holiday season.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can get behind that for sure. So,
Hmm.
did you do anything for Halloween this year?
I did. I had a Halloween party at my house actually. And I on our Instagram I actually uploaded there's a story of me wearing my Halloween costume. And it's pretty scary because it's one of the more traditional ones from like say the 1800s or so. Um so go ahead and check that out if you can. I don't have a picture on me right now. Maybe I can pull one up on my phone. Yeah, did you celebrate Halloween at all?
Sadly, I didn't. My in-laws, so my husband's parents, were in town and we had a full schedule. So there was no Halloween party to be had for me, but hopefully next year because Halloween is one of my favorite holidays.
Hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think we
Oh,
both clicked that at the
we
same
did we canceled each other out. Yeah, yeah, Halloween is great, and I love to dress up too. So it's fun to, you
I do
know,
too,
make
obviously.
believe, and act like something that you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to be creative with your costume too. Sometimes I think when you don't want to, um, and you're kind of forced to
Mhm.
dress up, it can be a little stressful,
Yeah.
or you're just like, okay, I'll put on a
There
hat,
we
and
go.
then you
Mhm.
feel maybe like embarrassed because you don't have a great costume. Um, but I think when you can really get into it and you're feeling it, then it's a good
It's super
time.
fun.
Yeah. But I think whenever I think of a Halloween idea, I always write it down and I save it for October.
Yes, because
Because
they come in, like, March, always.
yeah, always at the wrong time. And then by the time October rolls around, you're like, well, I had no idea what I wanted to
Yeah,
be.
what was that? Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah,
Hold on. I had to
yeah,
get
for
my
sure.
plate for my tea bag. We're getting a little strong.
Oh, look at you. Oh, I
Ta-da.
also made tea earlier. It's still very hot. And then I have like a little cup that I put my
Teacup.
tea bag in.
Oh, it's not
So
a teacup,
we're
though. It's more of a
twins.
shot
I feel
glass.
like my camera looks a little crooked. I'm gonna try to fix it a touch. Is that all right? I hope I don't
Yeah.
make you too dizzy. Let me see
Uh-oh.
that. Yeah.
Prepare.
Oh
Viewers,
no, no.
prepare. We're going on a roller coaster
Okay,
ride.
that's all. No, I think it
Yeah,
looks
it looks
better.
good.
I'm
Yeah,
comparing it to the line of my ceiling, and now
that's
it's
true. Yes, it does
flat
look
against
better.
there. Yeah, and also when I'm looking at it too, it looks more, level.
Yes.
So level is the opposite of crooked.
Mm. Yes.
Yeah.
Important.
Yeah. So level is like flat, and then crooked is like this. Yeah.
Jen says it looks better.
Thanks, Jen. I don't know how I didn't notice that beforehand, but
I don't know how I didn't either because I'm staring right at you. There's a lot. I'm just excited. There's a
There's
lot
just a
going
tiny
on.
amount, maybe we don't always notice these things. But okay, so that's a little bit about Halloween. I think it's not really looked at as like the holiday season. It's kind of the whisper of like, hey, the holiday season is right around the corner.
Around
And
the
people
corner.
start preparing for things like Christmas and Thanksgiving and other holidays. You see that stuff even before Halloween happens. But what major holiday starts after Thanksgiving? No, Halloween. Oh no, I just gave it away.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah. And do you like Thanksgiving?
Okay, so yes. But wait, let me type. I can't like type and talk for some reason.
No, it's hard,
I love Thanksgiving, but it's not my favorite holiday. Does that make sense?
That's fair. Yeah.
Like I like it. It's food. Food is the big deal here, Any
Mm.
holiday that revolves around food is a good holiday, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I like it. What?
So
Why? But you seem a little hesitant. You're not sure that you love. I mean, that you don't love Thanksgiving.
yeah, I mean, there's just nothing that really happens, right? There's no gifts on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
There's no special big party or something. It's just a holiday that you usually are with your family. And usually not your extended family. Usually, at least for us, it was just our close family.
Okay. Yeah, for me it was the opposite. It was one of the few times a year where I saw my whole family. And as Captain T says, it's the turkey eating holiday. That
Yes.
it definitely is.
Do you like turkey?
Yeah, turkey's fine. I think I don't really eat meat that much, but if I am going to eat turkey, I do want to eat the leg, so the dark meat.
Yes.
Also, the leg is often called the drumstick, and it's just like it has more fat in it, and it's always more moist, so it's almost like it has more like liquid in it. But I always feel that eating the other parts of the turkey is always really dry to me, and
that's why we have gravy.
it's okay. Yeah, gravy. Gravy's amazing.
Cranberry sauce, your favorite.
Oh my goodness. It's growing on me. I'm a changed man. I used to love pumpkin pie, like one of the classic Thanksgiving desserts.
Yeah.
And now I could take it or leave it. I don't love it that much. But I made cranberry sauce with Thanksgiving and I ate it, which I used to hate cranberry sauce. So
we're getting
maybe
old.
I am getting old.
Our palates are changing.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
Yeah. So let's talk a little bit about like kind of what happens on Thanksgiving. I know I just said it's usually not like there's no presents or anything like that. So it's different than Christmas in that way. Yeah. My family usually while we're cooking, all of us cook. My dad, my mom, me, my sister, we all are cooking together. And on the TV in the background, there's the parade, the Thanksgiving parade.
Also, I just want to ask a question to the people watching. Have any of you celebrated Thanksgiving before? What do you know about Thanksgiving? If you have any questions for us, let us know in the comments and we'll be happy to talk about them.
Oh, I'm trying to write Thanksgiving with a capital T.
It's okay. That's what asterisks are for. Or we can go ahead and delete it too.
Thanksgiving. It's hard to type when my microphone's right here too, but then I want you to hear me. Sylvia would love to celebrate Thanksgiving. Maybe we should have a lingoni Thanksgiving.
That would be beautiful. A big feast.
A big feast. All kinds of stuff. But yeah, if you celebrate Thanksgiving or any of the holidays we talk about, yeah, we want to hear about it. Write us in the comments.
Yeah. So so you get together with your family, you cook.
Yeah, we all cook. That's like the fun part.
Mm.
Everyone,
Oh,
we have
cooking
the
is so
same
stressful for
things
me.
every year. So we all know what we should be cooking, and everyone has their jobs, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for me, like, I remember when during my childhood, what would happen was it was kind of like a potluck. So a potluck is when everybody, let's see if I can type and talk at the same time. I think Jenny does this a little better than I do.
Jenny's really good at it.
So a potluck is when everybody brings a dish to a dinner.
Mhm.
And growing up, I think that's kind of always how it's been because, or for my family on both sides, because it's a lot
It's
for, I mean, it would typically be, say, 30 people at one dinner. And if you think of one person cooking in their regular kitchen, not like a professional restaurant and
Yeah.
even in a restaurant, if you're cooking for 30 people, it's not just one person cooking, it's,
No.
a whole team of
Yeah.
chefs, right? So typically, somebody brings the pies, somebody brings the turkey and the stuffing, somebody else brings the stuffed celery. So it's a teamwork, you
Yeah.
know. Teamwork makes the dream work, as they say.
Definitely.
Yeah. And then I
Um,
think Jack's getting hungry now.
uh-oh. Well,
Yeah,
good
I could
stuff.
use a snack too. I have my peanut butter pretzels here that I'm tempted to eat, but I think I'll leave for after the live stream. I think drinking is one thing, but eating during a live stream is is something else.
Well, Brian, do you watch football? Does your family watch football, American football on
Yeah, I was gonna
Thanksgiving?
say American football. My family does watch American football. I'm not a big sports fan.
Me neither. I mean,
I
some
do
sports.
watch the Olympics, but that's about it. So,
Yeah.
what about you?
I like, I'm sorry, but I hate American football. It's so boring. It's really the most boring sport ever. I would rather watch people play chess, honestly. And my family loves watching football after we eat. So that's when I take a nap. So everyone's watching football, and I go lay
Smart.
down and sleep off all that turkey.
Smart. You're a smart person. Yeah, yeah. Like I think there's always on Thanksgiving for me to a I always go for a walk because you're inside most of the day and you need to just get some fresh air. It's
Yes.
quieter outside where there's not my entire family. Maybe you
Mm,
get some quiet like one-on-one time if you go on a walk with just one person. And yeah, there's typically a nap too because you just eat and drink yourself into oblivion,
mm,
meaning that you I mean, just eat and drink too much into
yeah.
like kind of crazy lostness in your mind. Um, let's look at these comments here. In German, there is a saying that too many chefs ruin a meal. We do have the expression too many cooks in the kitchen in English,
Yeah.
but
It
that's
means
a,
something different.
yeah, it's different because it's like, it's not related to actually cooking. It's
Mhm.
related to, say, doing projects, for example.
Yeah, too many people
Um,
working on one thing, so it's not efficient anymore.
mm,
I guess it
exactly.
could count for cooking, but it's not only used in cooking.
Yeah, when you say that when you're in the kitchen and there are too many people trying to cook, then it's kind of funnier
Yeah,
because you're like using something that's meant for the kitchen originally, but is typically used outside of the kitchen. And yeah,
yeah,
it feels like a joke to me.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also, one more thing, before we move on from Thanksgiving, because 'cause I'm ready to move on to the other holidays, but
Yeah, there's a lot.
one thing we do during Thanksgiving is we often go around the table while we're eating and say something that
Mm,
we're grateful or thankful for. For example, I'm thankful for being able to spend time with my family or whatever it might be. And it's really nice for, you know, to hear all the things your family says. Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, and it can be, I have to say, sometimes it's a little repetitive, but I think there are, because I think we all know that we're grateful for each other and our friends and the food that we have.
Mhm.
um and the thing I like about Thanksgiving is it does give me a moment to, yeah, like really think about and really pay attention how I am like aware of and really am grateful for these things because
Yeah.
um, life could be so different.
Yeah.
And like I could have no food to eat.
Mm.
And a lot of people are in that situation, living in hunger or extreme poverty or not having family. And so I think it is important to, take a moment to think about that and to be, to show your gratitude and how you're thankful. But also, there are other things that pop up too that sometimes you don't expect people to say that they're grateful for.
Yeah.
And those are kind of also um, that's a nice moment too,
Yeah.
to hear those other things.
Definitely. It's also cute when there's little kids and they're the ones that are like saying funny little things that they're grateful for.
Oh
But
my goodness. I think sorry, I know you want to move on, but I just one quick thing. Um, my Every year my sister writes down what my nephew is thankful for.
uh-huh.
A- And And oh no, I forgot what it was. Now I'm ruining
Oh
the whole story.
no.
But one time, like I think he did it at school or something, and they asked him what he was thankful for, and it was something like, I'm thankful for cheese or for fish sticks.
Me too.
And she's like, he's never had fish sticks before, so I don't know how he's thankful for that.
Well, I'm thankful for those.
Yeah, 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 they
Little
are
kids are
great.
so funny. They say the funniest stuff.
They are.
Okay.
Bon.
Well, okay. Brian, do you want to talk about the next holiday?
Yeah,
So these are all probably the most commonly celebrated holidays in America during the holiday season. So,
yeah. So the next one we're going to talk about is Hanukkah. And so where I grew up in my neighborhood, there were a lot of Jewish people who lived in my community. And then so this is in the suburbs of Boston. I lived north of Boston, but in the Boston area in general too, there are a lot of people who are Jewish. There are a lot of temples there. So this was also part of my sort of growing up life as well, even though I personally didn't really celebrate Hanukkah.
mhm.
Um, but there's another kind of funny thing about Hanukkah, um, in the US in particular, I would say, maybe in other countries too. Hi, Uta.
Uta, hi,
Thanks for joining.
hello.
And that's that Hanukkah is not really the biggest holiday in Judaism either. That would probably be the New Year. So um, from Rosh Hashanah to Yom Kippur. And luckily, I was able to celebrate those holidays with a friend in Boston before I moved here. And that
Mm,
was a cool event. But I think a lot of people think, oh, Christmas is like the biggest holiday in the year in the US. And so because Hanukkah happens around the same time, maybe like, yeah, just sometime in December normally, um, that there's this assumption that it's just as big of a holiday. But I think there are also um, parts of Christmas that come into Hanukkah as well. So, for example, I think gift giving is not traditionally part of what
mm.
Hanukkah celebrates.
Oh, okay, I didn't know
Um,
that.
yeah, but I think today in America, most Jewish families do gift exchanging.
Yeah.
So yeah, and so what actually is Hanukkah? So it's
Yeah.
the festival of lights, and it started um, when the Jews took back over the Temple of Jerusalem, and where they were kicked out of before then. And the people who had kicked them out had ruined the oil that was there, but they were able to find just a little bit of oil, and so they used it and they lit it in the temple, so like as if it were a candle or a flame.
Mhm.
And the oil that they had lasted them 8 days, which was kind of miraculous for the little
Yeah.
oil that it
It was
was.
just a bit. Right.
Mhm. And um and oil at the time was really different than how we see it today. I mean, using oil overall, of course we use it for cooking and stuff, and in the foods that you eat during Hanukkah, it's a lot of fried foods, a lot of oily foods. So maybe like donuts, for example,
Donuts,
potato
yeah.
latkes, which are how do you say that in German? Oh, Kartoffelpuffer.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
grated potatoes and they're fried.
Yeah, you maybe mix it with
Super
some egg
yummy.
and some salt
Yeah.
and stuff. Yeah, I actually made them on the first day of Hanukkah here. I don't normally celebrate Hanukkah, but just
Miraculous.
I think in my own ways, sometimes I celebrate things that my friends celebrated growing up. Um,
I'm having problems spelling miraculous. Can I type? Brian, what does miraculous mean?
I'll
Captain
hang on.
T was wondering.
Yeah, so it means it's like a miracle. So something amazing happened, something that you didn't think was even possible.
Yeah.
Um, it seemed impossible, but it happened like a
Yeah.
miracle.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it comes from
It's
the word
more
miracle.
amazing than amazing. It's
Mm,
mind-blowing,
it's miraculous.
miraculous. Really good catch there, Captain T.
Mm.
Okay,
Um,
yeah.
yeah.
So they eat fried foods often, like you said, latkes and donuts.
Mhm.
What about something called a menorah, Brian?
Yeah, so there's a couple things here too. One more last little history bit that's important.
Yeah.
I don't know what it takes to make oil. Like vegetable oil, for example. But they say that those 8 days that the oil lasted them being lit was enough time to give them to make more oil. Um, Jack. I do have a holiday cup. Let me hold it up. Ta-da! I don't know if it's focusing, but yeah, it
It's
has
not
little
focusing,
reindeer
but
in
I can
it.
see it.
Um, so yeah, so they were able to make more, and so now. So you asked what a menorah is. Now this is a sort of candelabra, not a word that I use very often, meaning that it's uh I want to say a piece of furniture. It's like a decoration that
Mhm.
holds candles in it. And
And how many
so
candles?
altogether it holds 9.
Yeah.
So there's the one lighting candle, which is used to light the other 8 candles. And typically what you do is on the first day of Hanukkah, you light one of the candles and you let it burn out. The
Yeah.
second day of Hanukkah, you light 2 of the candles and let it burn out.
And this
And one of
represents the 8 days that the oil originally had lasted back in
Mhm.
what the story Brian was telling earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know where menorahs are normally placed, Emily?
In the windowsill, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
So it's showing to the world the light within that you have can be part of the representation there. And there are menorahs that are different styles too. So there are some that kind of are like in the shape of a hand, as like going up towards the middle and then down on the sides
Mhm.
with the lighting candle in the
Ah,
middle. But
and
I've
the
also
other
seen them too where they're flat and maybe there's one on the side
one.
that's taller.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the lighting candle.
And so yeah, some Hanukkah festivities include playing a game. It's called dreidel, and it's
Mhm.
like a spinning top. Maybe when you were a kid, you've played with these. I know when I was a kid, I had some version of it, but
Have you ever played with the dreidel before?
no,
You
not that I
haven't? Okay.
remember.
Yeah, yeah. I definitely
But
did with
you
my
spin
friends
it,
growing up. Yeah.
and it will spin, 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 and then eventually fall over. And each side of the dreidel says something different.
Yeah, so they
Yeah.
represent like on one side it's I don't remember what they are, but it's something like, one of them I think represents getting money, the other one I think represents like having good health. And
Also, there
so
may be like fortune, like some sort of predictor of like good fortune, maybe.
yeah. Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah. Um yeah, what else? Are we leaving out anything that's important? I
I
think
feel like
those
that's a
are
good.
Yeah, those are the main points of Hanukkah. Also, when I was growing up, so when I was in high school, I took part in a choir. I did a lot of singing, And so we always had a holiday concert.
Mm,
And people are always familiar with like Christmas carols too,
yeah.
but we also sang Hanukkah songs as
We
well.
did
So
too, and they get stuck in my head still to this day.
do
I'm
you
thinking
wait?
when I hear dreidel, I'm thinking of light the
Oh,
candle,
dreidel. Yeah.
spin the dreidel. Do you know this one?
No, no.
Oh,
We
it's my
sang.
favorite one. It's such a good one.
There was a song called Hanukkah, Oh Hanukkah, and it was such a fun song. And there's this kind of part where it's sort of sounds like klezmer, like Eastern European Jewish music.
Mm.
And it has this sort of like
Oh,
like rhythm
fun.
to it. And so what we would do is like some of us would um we would go to Boston, we would go to Harvard Square, because yeah, I didn't grow up in Boston. I grew up like in the suburbs in the north, and we would go to Harvard Square. We would go to the subway station, and we would sing Christmas carols there. And I remember when we sang that song, we would kind of like take turns, like alternating up, down, just like going
Ah,
up and down with our knees and stuff. And it was always a good time.
that's fun. Love that.
Yeah. Again, just throwing the question out there. If you guys have any questions for us, please let us know. Let us know what holidays you celebrate. Are you celebrating Christmas at all? I know, for example, when I lived in China, and people in China do celebrate Christmas in their own special, different way. If you know, let us know in the comments. There's like a different way that you celebrate Christmas that's not
Ooh.
the same as you would in Europe or in America.
Okay, if no one says it by the end of this live stream, I want you to tell us about it, Brian.
Okay.
Okay, should we move on to the next holiday?
Yeah. Do you
Okay, so
want to
this
take it
one's
away?
very American. This is like it started in America, it started in California, and it's relatively new compared to a lot of other holidays. It
Hmm.
actually started in 1966 in California, and it's called Kwanzaa. So let me write that down for you.
Yeah, I was looking up that it's from a Swahili word.
Yeah, so I think it's for the word fruit or something, but there's only one A, right? So the Swahili word is just Kwanzaa with one A, but the holiday is Kwanzaa with two A's.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I think it's the let's see. Yeah, the first harvest, I think is
Yeah,
what it's supposed to mean.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
So
so many holidays there are.
yeah, so this started, like I said, a professor in California. He decided that it was time that the African American community kind of had their own national holiday that would be their own. So, Christmas was very capitalistic at this point already. There was a lot going on with that. Mostly white people celebrated it. And then,
Yeah, I
so
think a lot of
this
black
guy
people too.
started Kwanzaa, and it's really cool. So it was supposed to kind of like give them a time to go back to their roots and appreciate their own
Mhm.
culture's values. Yeah. And there's also candle lighting rituals, music performances. And yeah,
Yeah,
and
there's
also, of course,
so
gifts.
they have something similar to the menorah actually.
Mhm.
Um so they have a um yeah, it's another candelabra that holds 7 candles, and it's representing different values and things that you celebrate on each day of Kwanzaa. So Kwanzaa starts on the 26th, which is the day after Christmas, and ends on January 1st. I think you
Mhm.
may have said that. And something that I think is neat too. So yeah, each day is dedicated to a certain theme or topic.
Mhm.
Um, let's
Oh,
see.
sorry, I'm correcting myself. The Swahili word Kwanzaa with one A means first, not fruit. I think I said fruit before.
Okay. So things like unity, or purpose or faith are the things that are celebrated. And the general themes of all of them are really like self improvement, and also like um, connection with community, and like betterment outwards as well, not just
Mhm.
for yourself.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think that's
nice.
really important. And it's kind of funny because there are So yeah, there is the candelabra, which is similar um, to Hanukkah, but there's also in Yom Kippur, so the Jewish New Year, which is celebrated in around September, October. The time before then, so there's this kind of window of I think it's 10 days of the high holy days, um, where you're thinking back on the year past and also thinking of how you want to better yourself.
That's
So
nice.
I think there are some parallels there as well, which
Yeah,
is something that we also do in thinking of the new year to come as well, just around the world. I think a lot of people think of, what have I done in this past year? What are some ways that I can improve going forward? Right.
definitely. Yeah, we'll talk more about that too when we get to the last holiday we'll be discussing. But yeah,
Mhm.
definitely. Uh, what else did I want to say about Kwanzaa? There was another thing. Oh yeah, this was it. So what I found out, which I thought was super cool that I did not know before, is that gifts are given, just like with Hanukkah now, just like with Christmas, but most of the gifts given are handmade gifts, which I think is like a
Nice.
super interesting and like nice touch. Like
Mhm.
I said before, it kind of was like a little bit of a pushback against the commercialism. So, meaning buying, buying, buying all kinds of stuff of Christmas.
Mhm.
And so, handmade gifts are a big deal for Kwanzaa. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I remember learning about it in the past and also hearing about families working together on a given
oh, that's
project.
cute. Yeah, I
I
like that.
was reading a little bit more about it before today and didn't see anything particular about that, but I didn't maybe dive as deep as I could have. So anyway, that's something that kind of comes to mind too. And I like that idea. I like the concept of
Mhm.
like getting together with the people you love and working on a project together.
Yeah.
Like sort of creates that like community, having this shared sense of purpose. And, maybe it's a creative project as well. So
Yeah.
not just like, I mean, cooking dinner is nice and it's good to do together, but also if you're, like painting a picture together or, maybe you want to build like a simple boat or something like
Mhm.
that would be really cool to do that with your family.
Yeah. Yeah. A test of patience. That's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. Assembling IKEA furniture.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. That would be a test of patience.
Let's
Yeah.
see. And then I think, yeah, as far as the sort of like creation of the holiday as well, I think I'm happy that it happened, even if I, personally don't celebrate it.
Yeah.
Um, and I think it can be important to like when you're part of a minority community to
Yeah.
have ways that you can come together, celebrate, and like feel unity.
Yeah.
Um, and like by celebrating your past also celebrating your origins, by like saying okay we are African American, these are the histories that we share.
Yeah.
um
Well, and
and
also it's not only just celebrated in America anymore. So like I said, it started out in America. It's primarily an American holiday, but
yeah.
it's actually reached out. I know in the Caribbean they celebrate it too, and yeah, a couple of other countries um, where there were a lot of where there are a lot of descendants of Africa.
Hmm.
But I think it's also important to say that not every single Black person in America celebrates this holiday. It's not like that either.
For
So
sure,
keep
yeah,
that
and
in
I
mind.
think there are some people, um yeah, definitely. I think some people aren't really like convinced that like this is something that needs to be celebrated, or
Yeah.
they might think it's kind of like cheesy,
Yeah.
or like this isn't really for me. So I can definitely understand that, but
Yeah.
I guess when I was talking about the minority connection as well, I think
Yes.
sometimes like even I mean, Berlin isn't like short of gay people. There's a lot of gay people or queer people who live in Berlin. But sometimes I'll go to events here that are like queer events or gay events. And it is cool to feel like, yeah, there is this sense of community here. And
For
like you
sure.
have people who you can relate to in this way.
Mhm.
And there is definitely like, all kinds of culture and sort of like, I don't want to say like secret backstories or like secret things, but there is, something special to be shared there. So I think it's important that there can be like a holiday that does that. We got a question from Captain
Yeah.
T. What are common gifts they give for Kwanzaa? So Emily, you had just answered this, right?
Yeah. So handmade things. I don't know exactly what specifically, but I'm sure there, think of different kinds of handmade things. Maybe something like photo albums or something that they put together, or maybe,
A
like
piece of
Brian said,
artwork.
maybe building something.
Hmm.
So yeah, just handmade stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And I think in the US, I mean, you've probably seen for Christmas, people get each other anything for Christmas, really.
Mhm.
It's a very capitalistic commercial holiday. So,
Yeah.
Kids who want a new video game station, like, a video game console, they'll get things like that too.
Yeah.
It's really common.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moving right along. Wow, I can't believe
Moving
we
along.
haven't even gotten to Christmas yet.
Yes. Well,
A lot going on,
now,
lots to talk about, and now is the time.
Yeah. Okay. So this is the holiday that is widely celebrated in America and also Europe. The December holiday that I grew up celebrating, and I think you too, Brian.
That's right, yeah.
Christmas. Yeah.
Yeah, Christmas. So what is Christmas celebrating? What's the origin of it?
Well, Christmas is originally, in my world, there are two Christmases. There's
Okay.
the religious Christmas and then the presents and buying stuff and,
Yeah.
consumerist Christmas. But the religious Christmas is, so Christians believe that Jesus is the son of their God and that he was born into this world that we live in now on Christmas. So that's Jesus's birthday, essentially.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
that's why we celebrate it.
Yeah. And that's, I mean, for that being the start of a whole religion, then it makes sense that it is one of the biggest, if not the biggest day of Christianity, right?
Definitely. So
And then what's the other side of Christmas then?
the other side of Christmas is Santa Claus and gifts and all kinds of fun.
Yeah, yeah. It's funny too to see how like Christmas really is celebrated differently in each country.
Yeah.
In the countries that celebrate them, because it's not just like Santa Claus in every country. I mean, that the notion, the idea of that is in a lot of places,
Yeah.
but
It varies. It changes. Things are different. Even in Finland.
do
It's
you know,
interesting.
have we talked about Krampus before? Krampus.
Yes. I know all about Krampus, oh no. Oh, we've missed Brian, but he's going to come back momentarily to tell us about Krampus. Oh, there he is. Wait.
What
You're back.
happened? Did I just click exit?
Yeah, you left us for a moment.
Oh,
That's okay.
nine. I'm so sorry.
It's because you brought up Krampus.
Yeah.
He's like, don't.
I don't know
talk
how
about
that
me.
happened. Because my cursor, my mouse was over like a typing box, and then somehow I was gone. But anyway, I'm
You're
back.
back. So tell us about Krampus.
Krampus.
Isn't he Austrian or something?
Yeah. I think he is from like the southern German-speaking areas.
He's scary. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so I guess I don't know so much about Krampus, good old Krampus, but I think he's this sort of like diabolical, so like a devil-like.
Yes, he's like the devil.
Cool. Let's see.
He's like the bad side of Christmas.
Yeah,
Isn't he
he's like
the kids are Nazi.
the anti-Santa.
Yeah. German culture, they would have like a mean Christmas character. It's like, don't be bad or Krampus will get you.
But that's, I mean, actually, I remember hearing, do you know Fluleborg?
I love Flula.
He's so funny because he's talking about Krampus and he's like, I think he was on like the Tonight Show or something.
Yes.
And he was talking about, so yeah, what he's saying, what they do in, I guess, the south of Germany, correct me, Germans, because I don't really know, is...
Sylvia doesn't know Krampus. What?
Yeah.
I wish we had a picture, but he would scare the children, so let's not.
Hello, Anova Hussein. Thanks for
Hi.
joining. But what he does is he scares kids into behaving. So it's like if
Yeah.
you misbehave, Krampus will come and like kill you.
Yeah.
Or there are these heavy threats, like he will beat you, he will abuse you. And I love Flula Berg's comment on it, because he says,
So
look
good.
at this child, he's with Krampus and he's terrified.
Yeah.
And do you see a naughty child? Do you see a child who's misbehaving? You don't.
Well,
Because
Germans with their fairy tales and stuff too. Do you know like Struppelpeter or whatever his name is? He like
true.
there's some real dark stuff that goes down
Yeah, the
in children's
grim
lore.
fairy tales.
Yeah.
Is it grim? Is it always with an S at the end?
Brothers Grimm,
Okay, no.
I think.
Um,
But yes.
so the Grimm fairy tales are stories like, Cinderella, in German Aschenputtel, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Hansel and Gretel, I think, is also.
Hansel and Gretel, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Germans like to scare their children into behaving. But in America, we don't say that Krampus is coming. There's no evil Christmas spirit man monster.
But if you're naughty, if you don't behave,
something else happens to you. Slightly less terrifying, but equally not fun. What do you get in your stocking? Well, first of all, Brian, what in the world is a stocking?
So a stocking is a sock.
Big
It's
sock.
a long sock, and I think back in the day, people actually wore stockings a lot more. But now we just wear like simple socks. Yeah.
And where do the stockings go usually in an American household?
They're hung by the chimney with care. So you hang them
Yeah.
up next to your fireplace. And you can imagine too, like back in the day, a lot of life is surrounding the fireplace. So that's the source of warmth in the winter. It's also where you're probably cooking your food, maybe if you're not using like a wood stove or something.
Yeah.
And so if you wash your clothing and it's, a biting cold winter out, you need your clothes to get dry. So hanging them by the fireplace seems to make sense too.
And on Christmas Eve, meaning December 24th, what happens with the chimney?
Santa comes by and he goes down the chimney.
He goes boop down the chimney.
Yep.
And he turns around and your stockings are there, right? All the little children and adults or whatever, stockings. And he puts presents in the stockings. But what do the naughty kids get?
They get boom, 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 coal. Yeah.
They get coal.
So I'll type that in as well. So coal, that is so that's the black stuff that you dig up from the earth and you can light it and it burns. So it's kind of one of those things like when you're a kid, getting clothing for Christmas, at least for me, was kind of a bummer. Like it was not exciting.
No.
A bummer is something that's disappointing.
Yeah. What a bummer. Yeah, coal is a definite bummer. Clothes.
Yeah.
Santa never brought me clothes, though. My parents would buy me clothes for Christmas, but Santa did not bring me clothes.
I think my aunts and uncles sometimes gave me clothes when I was like 3 years old or something, and I would open it and say, "Oh, a nice shirt, thank you." But I'm just like, what am I going to do with the shirt? Shirts are no fun. I was a spoiled child in a lot of ways, so I did get a lot of fun toys.
Yeah, Santa always
I had a
brought
fun
the toys.
childhood.
Did you ever get coal?
I got little jokes of coal.
Yeah. Santa doesn't know.
Yeah,
That's true.
If your front door was locked, how was Santa going to get in?
You'd have to break a window.
Yeah. So going down the chimney, it's already open. It's easy access into your house.
Yeah.
And he doesn't get burned, so it's okay if there's a fire lit.
Too. He's a big, round, jolly man, but he somehow fits in that chimney. It's a miracle.
He always manages to do every New Year, every Christmas.
Santa's coming late to your house, Brian. Also, well, one difference too in for example, American culture versus other cultures that celebrate Christmas.
Mhm.
Santa comes on Christmas Eve and just comes to your front door in Finland. So Captain T, he does come to the front door, but not in America.
Mm.
But
Yeah,
yeah, he
also,
comes
and I
in the
think
evening.
I kind of remember, I think one of my Russian friends was telling me that in Russia, people don't celebrate Christmas. Like they celebrate it on the New Year's, or people don't really celebrate Christmas much, but New Year's is the big holiday.
Mm,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, if anybody from
Well,
Russia is watching and wants to chime
yeah,
in
let us
and give us some
know.
information. Um,
Yeah, definitely. And okay, guys, can you tell me if you celebrate Christmas? And Brian, answer this too.
okay.
Do you open your Christmas presents on Christmas Eve, so December 24th? Or do you open your presents on Christmas morning? Or do you open them in the evening on Christmas Day, so the 25th? When do you open your presents?
I'm just typing in Christmas Eve.
Yeah. Because, for example, in Germany, and well, the people I know in Germany who I've celebrated Christmas with, and my husband's family here in Finland, they do their presents on Christmas Eve, not on Christmas
Mm.
Day, and not on Christmas morning, which makes me sad for them. When do you open yours, Brian?
I open mine on Christmas Day.
Me too.
Yeah.
Right when you
Yeah,
wake up, right?
because for us, it's always been that, yeah, you go to bed on the 24th, you
It's so
can't
hard to
sleep
sleep.
anyway, but somehow you
No.
manage to fall asleep. And then you wake up and Santa has come by and
Mhm.
there are Christmas gifts all around the tree.
And
And
did
in your
Santa wrap your Christmas presents, or were the Christmas presents from Santa not wrapped?
they were wrapped.
See,
Yeah.
my Santa did not wrap them. I guess Santa knew it was too much for me.
Why would it
But
be too
Santa,
much for you?
I don't know, but so the Christmas gifts from my grandparents or my parents or whoever, they're wrapped. But
Hmm.
Santa did not wrap his presents. He
I see.
arranged them nicely in a little pile, so they looked good. And then I would wake up and just like, bam, that's my stuff. It's very
Wow. Wow. I think yeah. Yeah, I think for me, I like the process. I like how that plays into it. I mean, I guess if Santa doesn't want to use as much material, then it's
yeah,
smarter
he's
to not have it.
eco-friendly Santa.
Eco-friendly Santa, yeah.
I think
Getting
Santa might have
sustainable
just been
gifts.
really tired from doing all the other stuff. And Santa only has so many hours in the day. And he's like, you know what? Something's got to give.
Yeah.
Emily's not getting her stuff wrapped, which I was fine with because honestly, it was just a barrier between me and the fun.
And also, but I'm also thinking of like, okay, because when you open gifts that are wrapped,
Uh-huh.
you have to like, so you open one and there's like you're like, I don't know what this is. There's the
Mm,
mystery and the excitement.
yeah.
You and then you like open it, that's like its own little experience.
Yeah.
And then you go to another gift because you're a spoiled child who gets many gifts. And um a bit. And then I think you don't see everything all at once. You focus on just like that one thing.
But that's why in our family, because everybody watches you opening. For example, my husband's family, everyone opens their gifts at the same time. And it makes me crazy because I'm like, I can't see their reaction.
Hmm.
Because Santa isn't there to see my reaction. He doesn't care. So he's like, there it is. My family, they wrap their gifts and then we watch each individual person open and have that moment where you can, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah.
you guys comment. Did Santa wrap your gifts? Does Santa come? Tell us what you guys do with Santa. I hate when
Also,
people
like,
don't wrap
so
gifts.
I know that you're all from different countries as well. Do you celebrate Christmas or what's it like? Because so I asked the question about in China. Um, in China, they do celebrate Christmas in some way. And there's one particular thing that I can think of that you do. You give people something in China on Christmas, usually to like your best friends.
Oh my God, I'm so
Um,
curious. I guess we'll have to find out.
Jen, you hate when people watch you open gifts. Why do you hate that?
Because you're
I
afraid
can-
your reaction isn't going to be what they hoped for.
You open it and you're just like,
Cool.
I didn't want this. Yeah.
I love watching people open gifts I give them. It's more, I like to give gifts more than I like to get them.
Yeah,
It's
me
really
too.
fun. Yeah, it's so
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. I think I'm really good at giving certain people gifts. Like my partner, I really know what he likes. So I'll
Yeah.
give him something that is like, perfect.
Yeah.
And then he gets really excited about that. So yeah, that's always very nice.
Oh, Jen says because if she doesn't like it, she has to pretend she does. Yes, it's
Yeah.
called acting.
Yeah.
Sometimes
It
you
is
have to do that.
awkward. Yeah, I don't like it either. I would rather open my gifts by myself in private, unless like I really love the gift. But even then too, I don't know. I'm kind of just awkward with receiving gifts sometimes. Yeah.
I'm always pretty pumped, even if it's something weird. I'm like, hey, it's something. Bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Brian,
Hmm.
did you leave milk and cookies out for Santa when you were a kid?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always did.
And did you write him a letter?
Um, when I was younger, I used to write like a Christmas list that I would send Santa.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I can't remember. I think we just left out milk and cookies though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sometimes
and my
Santa
mom
wrote
made
me
the
letters. It was weird.
oh
I
nice.
think I was the only person that got these special letters, but maybe because he didn't wrap my gifts, he wrote a letter instead. I'm not sure.
Mm.
So,
Yeah,
question. I'll have to ask Santa one day.
yeah, you got to write him a letter. And now it's time to write Santa a letter again. Thank you, Captain T, for your blessings.
Oh, yes.
Let's see, milk and cookies. Oh yeah, but my mom has always made the best Christmas cookies. You actually tried them one year. I made them for you.
Yeah.
And
They
I
were
think,
so good.
oh my goodness, I think our store is closed in Germany today. I have to see. Maybe I'll make my mom's Christmas
Probably not.
cookies. It's going to be a lot of work, but it will probably be worth it.
My husband and I made Christmas cookies today, just before this.
Oh, nice.
They're like gingerbread cookies, kind of.
So are you
And-
celebrating Christmas this year? I
Yeah,
take it you are.
we are. We're going to a little small cabin place, a little bit north, not all the way north, but more north than we are now. And there's skiing and there's sauna, of course, which is like a hot room. I'm sure you guys have heard of sauna before. And yeah, we're just gonna hang and enjoy the snow and maybe do a little sledding, which is where you get on like a piece of, it's like a wooden cart and you slide in the snow.
Mm.
So
Yeah, sledding's fun.
okay, I have a controversial question for you.
Oh boy. Let me hold on to my hat.
Are you an eggnog drinker?
No.
Me neither. It's nasty.
That's a hard no for me. Yeah.
Me
eggnog.
too.
Eggnog is disgusting. I don't.
It is. Thank you. Gosh.
I think, is it one word? Maybe I should have checked before.
It's one, I believe.
Okay. Yeah, eggnog, I mean, even if you put alcohol in it, it doesn't help. It's still just
No, it's just bad. Objectively bad.
yeah, excuse me. And I can't describe how it's bad, but you know what? I mean, my taste has changed with some Thanksgiving foods, so I think I really need to, give it another shot.
It does feel
now
like
that
an
I'm-
old people drink, and now that we're getting old, maybe we like it.
Yeah, maybe it'll be our new thing.
Oh
So-
gosh.
Do you know what eggnog is?
Nogs of eggs?
The nogs of eggs.
No.
So that's one of the funny jokes about eggnog is that I think nog is not a word by itself, but just the
No.
drink itself is there's something similar to it in Germany, or maybe it's the same thing. It's like Eierlikör, right?
Ooh, yes. That's the
Which is
grandma
like
drink.
Yeah, it's like a liquor or a liqueur that's like egg based. I think I
It's
might need
not
to grab
fun.
another tissue. Hang on a minute here.
Yeah.
Where are my
Well,
tissues?
A better drink that we drink a lot of during the holidays, I had some last night, is hot chocolate or hot cocoa with marshmallows in it or whipped cream. That's more my
Ooh.
style. I love
Oh
hot
yeah,
chocolate.
I was saying to you the other day that I'm not a big sweets person anymore like I was when I was younger. So
Yeah.
I don't really crave eating sweets. So like I'm not dying for some brownies or cake or whatever.
Mm,
But sometimes I'm just chilling at home, just relaxing, maybe watching a movie, and I think to myself, I need hot chocolate. Yeah.
good for a
And I
movie.
make good hot chocolate now too. When I was younger, I used to have like I just used to buy like Swiss Mix. Is that what
Ah,
it's called?
yes.
Yeah.
Swiss Miss.
Swiss Miss, yeah. And that I mean,
It's good for kids.
it's good for kids.
We have to step it up now that we're mature
Yeah, and I make
adults.
it from scratch now. And I make good hot chocolate. Like, and I make it from scratch. And I don't know why I didn't do it when I was younger. I guess my parents had a lot going on and stuff. But
Yeah.
it's pretty easy to make. You just put in cocoa powder, sugar, maybe some like extra spices, some cinnamon. And one of my
Oh,
secrets too
cardamom.
is so I usually make a vegan one because I don't have like milk at home, like dairy milk. But I do have, I'll use like oat milk and like an
Mhm.
oat creamer, but I
Oat
also
milk
put a
is
little
super good with chocolate, like hot chocolate oat
mm,
milk. It's good.
and I'll put like cornstarch in it. And that thickens it right up. But you have to do
Good
it the right way. You
tip.
need to also use like a sieve. I'll type
Yeah.
a sieve is like a really fine strainer. You
Yeah.
add it in little by little, mix it in. But the
Mm.
secret is you have to add a little bit of salt, I think,
Yeah.
because that kind of
Just like with baking, right?
just like
A
with
little
baking,
salt,
yeah.
boom, it's sweeter.
Yeah, yeah, or it's like it
Yeah.
just helps it gives like some contrast to the sweetness, and then your drink or your sweet thing is just better.
Yeah. I
So,
add a little salt to my oatmeal every morning because it makes it pop, makes the flavors pop.
yeah,
Okay,
oh yeah, I
did
definitely do too.
slash do you decorate gingerbread houses?
Oh, gingerbread houses.
Yeah.
I did when I was younger. Do you?
No, I haven't done it in a long time, but I want to. Every year I'm like, I'm gonna do the gingerbread house. And then I
Yeah,
don't. But maybe next year because it's fun. You get all the different candies and you have the icing that you can put the icing along the house and stick it together and then
yeah.
decorate it with different candy and gingerbread people. It's cute.
Yeah, it's fun to watch my nephew do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think it
yeah.
makes more sense to do when children are around. As an adult, I feel like I might just be obsessing about little details and then give up or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think another also, popular Christmas drink in Germany
Uh-huh.
is mulled wine, of course.
Oh my gosh.
Um,
Classic.
yeah.
Very popular in Scandinavia and Germany. Somewhat popular in the States, but not as popular by any means, at least in Oklahoma.
And for those who are watching, if you speak German or French, go ahead in the comments and tell us how you say mulled wine in those languages or in other languages too. I don't know how to say it in Spanish.
I think in
Um,
Finnish it's glöggi. Glöggi?
oh, that's a fun word.
Yeah. Sounds like you're already drunk when you say it.
I've been studying some Turkish recently, and
Yeah.
one of the ways that they say goodbye is I think it's güle güle.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, yeah. And when you said that, it reminded me of that.
Well, if you have enough of it, you will be saying goodbye.
And there's this cafe in like just north of Boston. It's called the Gulu Gulu Cafe. Also
Hmm.
reminds me of that, of course, because it does sound pretty similar. But then I learned that I guess that's the like chug 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 sound of the French language that they say like gulu
Hmm.
gulu gulu, and that's
Okay,
like
that makes sense.
yeah, it sounds like it.
Chug, chug.
Yeah, or like glug 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 or something.
By the way, to chug in English is to drink something like without stopping. So you like maybe you can drink the whole hot chocolate in one go. That's chugging.
Mm, that sounds like a terrible idea.
Yeah, that
Drinking
does.
hot,
And if
chugging
it's
hot
hot,
chocolate.
if
Yeah,
it's room temperature, it's okay. But
yeah,
I would
yeah,
savor it a little bit more.
yeah.
Um, So, Brian, you said that your mom has her Christmas cookies that she always makes every year. What
Mhm.
other foods? We've talked a lot about drinks, but what other foods remind you of Christmas?
It's I was thinking of that today, and I guess we used to have things like spiral ham on Christmas. So spiral ham is
Yeah.
just it's like I think it's like the leg of a ham, like leg of a pig, and
Mm,
it's cured and salted and stuff, but it's cut in this spirally way. So it's almost like just in all of these slices, but it's still on the bone.
yeah. I
Which is
forgot about
fine. I think
spiral
when I was
ham.
younger, I loved it, and now
Oh
I
my gosh, me
probably
too. And it would be
wouldn't eat
cooked with like brown sugar. Oh my gosh.
Mhm. Yeah, it was so
I used to
good.
love that.
But I think oh, yeah, yeah, with brown sugar, oh, that coating, and it's, like, a little crumbly and just amazing.
Yeah.
Maybe also with some, like, pineapple with it too or something, or
Yes, I have the pineapple
cherries.
on the outside. Yeah.
Yeah, I can
Oh
picture
my
that.
gosh, memories.
Yeah, but I think also really Christmassy things there's 2 in particular I'm thinking of. One is actually clementines.
Yeah, I
So,
think
like,
citrus
small, like
fruits are very
yeah, they're
Christmassy
very
in a lot of
popular.
cultures. I know in Germany, oranges are a thing. They used to get oranges in their shoes or something. I don't know if they still do that.
And when you make mulled wine, one of the ingredients is oranges, at
Yeah.
least how I make it, yeah.
So what's the other one?
And then the other one would just be I know it's not a food, but it's a sweet, is candy canes.
Yeah, candy. Yeah, it's technically kind of a food.
Yeah. How about
Candy.
you? Is there any particular Christmas food that you can think of?
Yeah, definitely candy canes and sugar cookies, all those like desserts, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and then a Christmas food. I think of like maybe this is like more adult Christmas, but like my mom was obsessed with cheese balls, like, as in, like, you get, like, cream cheese and, like, shredded cheese and mix it together and, like, roll it in nuts, and then you, like, dip crackers into it. Do you know about these?
Oh, I know what you're talking about, but did she make them?
Oh my god, all kinds. There was, like, an onion one, there was, like, a chive one, there's, like, a bacon one, like, the woman was really obsessed with them, and it was always for Christmas parties and stuff, it was, like,
Yeah. That sounds
cheese
good.
balls. It is
Yeah,
good,
I
but
wanna try that.
random. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Well, I think
generally
everybody kind of has their, like, tradition too. I'm trying to think of yeah, I think Italian Christmas dinner is, I think they have this thing with, like, the 7 fishes or something. Because if you think of Italy, it's just a peninsula, so they
yeah.
have a lot of
Fish is a
ocean
big
there.
thing in a lot of
Mm,
cultures for Christmas. They do
mm.
salmon here a lot too.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but I think yeah, so I think it depends on, each family, and I think Christmas music is also just a huge part of Christmas as well. So, yeah, we sang Christmas carols at school and stuff, but also there's a lot of Christmas music in the US. And it's funny because I think a lot of Christmas music was also written in like the 30s, 40s, and 50s
Yeah,
and has stuck with us. So
yeah.
sometimes I'll play swing music, like Lindy Hop music, jazz for my friends, and they'll say, "Oh, this sounds like Christmas music." And I was like, "Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
well, that's because that's when a lot of Christmas music was written. But of
yeah,
course, there's also the traditional songs from long ago, the
yeah.
1800s, maybe 1700s, even that still have stuck until today.
How do you feel about Christmas music? A lot of people have mixed feelings.
I think it's one of those things that as the years go by, I, um, my love for it diminishes a little bit, but there is also the tradition, and actually, like, I was getting ready earlier, and I played this Christmas album that I listened to growing up. So,
Mhm.
if I'm listening to it a few times a year, then it's okay because I really just listen to some of these songs like, 5 times a year, and
Yeah,
it's a nice little memory.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
What about you?
Um, yeah, when it's on, I'm not like, "Oh my god, make it stop." But I'm not gonna, like, go turn it on,
Yeah.
Like, maybe I'll put it on if, like, I'm having company over and we're gonna, like, sit and have, like, some drinks or something and it's Christmassy time and I wanna give it a vibe. But, like, no, I don't listen to it on my own. But I don't know. Some people are very angry about Christmas music, and
I have
makes
an
me
idea of a game we could play.
sad.
I could hum a Christmas song and you have to
Uh-huh.
guess what it is.
Oh my God, I'm so bad at song titles and singers, but let's
Are
try.
you?
Yes. Okay, guys, in the comments, please help me. Please help
Okay.
me. I'm going to lose if
Um,
you don't help me.
okay, give me a second. I just want to make sure I'm a little prepared here.
Oh, I'm
Okay.
nervous.
So, um, okay.
Okay.
I hope you can hear me.
Okay. Go right into the mic. Jingle Bell Rock.
Good. Yes, Jingle Bell
Yes.
Rock. Okay, that was fast.
I was ready for that one. Okay, guys. Help me out. Oh, I know. It's the I like this one. Yeah.
That's what,
Okay.
yeah, O
The German
Tannenbaum.
version. Yes.
Good. It's
And
often called that in English too, O
yeah.
Tannenbaum.
But
You
we
might
just say
also
Christmas
call it,
trees.
yeah, O Christmas Tree. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a
Um,
good one. This is a fun game.
yeah, I'm glad you like it. Okay, this one's gonna be harder to name, but this, yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to do this, but we'll try. So.
Oh, this is the scary song. I don't know what it's called. Do you guys know?
Yeah, maybe in
It's a scary
your own
one.
language. I mean, it does sound kind of creepy. It was definitely my favorite Christmas song when I was younger. I actually learned how to play it on the piano because I just loved it.
Cool.
No idea.
Harry Potter. Sounds
Harry
kind of Harry
Potter.
Potter-esque.
This is
What is it
should I say
called?
what it is?
Yeah.
It's called Carol of the Bells.
I would have never guessed,
Yeah.
but I know
I
it.
think maybe people who study music might know that one. Let's see. I want to hum this one, but I have to get the right range. I had to change octaves. I was getting too high there.
It was nice. You guys know? Is there an
Yeah, you have
echo?
to I don't hear an echo. Do you hear one?
I hear an
Or-
echo. Just me.
I don't know. Viewers, do you hear an echo? Should I hum it again?
Yeah, do it again.
Okay. I'm only hearing it in one key in my head. Maybe if I turn down my volume and if I move my mic closer to me, there will be less echo. So that was. Do you know what one that was, Emily?
Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Clearly, I'm not the singer of Lingoni.
Yes, you are. Everyone's a singer.
I'm a singer, but most people don't want to hear it.
Okay, what do you say? Should we do two more?
Yeah. Hit
Okay.
me.
Um,
I'm excited.
it's hard because I have this thing where like when I hear a song in a certain key in my head, I can only sing it in that key. But I'm not gonna be able to sing it or hum it. You know this one.
Yes, of course.
Yeah. Let's see if anybody else knows this one.
Think of rock.
Yeah, the beginning of rock. Do 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 do.
Hair.
Do do do. Anybody?
You're
Any
doing very
guesses?
good, Brian.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Oh my god, this is one of my favorite
How do you
games.
not know this one, guys? Come
Yeah, I
on.
don't know. I wonder if it's also like a kind of an American thing. I think
Yeah.
people around the world maybe know this one, but it's like,
It's very popular in Finland, at least. I was just listening
is
to it
it?
today.
Okay.
Think about someone whose name starts with an E, and it's not me.
Yeah, the king of rock and roll.
The king. Come on.
I'll have a blue Christmas without you.
Y'all don't know that one?
Yeah, I think it's just called Blue Christmas.
Elvis.
Yeah, by Elvis Presley. Let's see. Yeah, Blue Christmas by Elvis Presley. Yoot.
Okay, one more.
One more. Hang on, I need a second here. Oh my god, I had one in my head and I forgot what it is. I
Wait,
have a
I have
list in front
one.
of me. Okay. I'm excited. Yes, we get to do it in reverse. I'm
Wait, I
excited to
can't
go.
sing it though.
Yeah, you can. You have to
I'm
hum it.
telling it to you.
Oh, you're telling. Okay. No,
Because
you
like
should.
you truly won't know what I'm talking about.
Is it? Are you sending it in the? Did you already send me the message?
I'm sending it now.
Okay, let me see. Oh,
Do you
okay.
know how to do that one? I only know the very beginning.
That's
Okay,
That's a
guys.
hard one. That's a
Say
low.
that is a hard one, which is why I couldn't do it.
It's a very low range
Think
one.
about a Christmas movie. Green. Green.
I hope you're liking this game, people.
Yeah.
It's
We're
funny
having
to
fun
me.
at least.
Yeah. Thanks for the recommendation. I was gonna go for another one of the real like classics, you know. I feel like okay. I guess that one. Oh, awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying Captain T. So that one, should we reveal it? Do you want to go ahead?
Yeah. It's the Grinch.
You're a
You're a
mean one,
mean one.
Mr.
Mr. Grinch.
Grinch. It's a little low for my range. I'm more of a tenor. Let's see. I kind of wanted to do. I feel like we should do one more. Just I want to do one that's like really famous, so hopefully people can guess it.
Okay.
Let's see. I'm looking at a list of the most famous songs. Oh, there's this one too. Ooh, baby.
Captain T got it.
Yes. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a classic too.
Yeah. I think that one's like one of the most popular ones. Yeah. All I Want for Christmas Is You by
Yeah.
Mariah Carey. There's a really good video out there by, I think, Vox on why it's such a famous, like, popular song. It's a very well written song, very well done, well performed. I love that
One of my least
song.
favorites though. I don't know why. I like old school Christmas songs though. I think that's why.
Yeah.
And like anything
fair.
newish, I'm like, no. And like, my least favorite Christmas song. This is probably gonna make some people mad. It's that freaking Wham song.
Wait, no. Wait, what are
It's
your thoughts on the Wham song?
I hate it.
Me
I
too.
hate it.
It's the worst Christmas song out there. Last Christmas. Now I'm gonna get it in
It's
my
so
head. It's one of the
bad.
worst songs.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay,
Okay, why
guys,
do you think? What don't you like about it?
everything. Every
Uh,
single thing about it I hate. I
So
hate the
the
lyrics,
lyrics.
I hate the way it sounds, I hate the cheesy. No, don't like it.
Cool. I'm so glad we're on the same page there. We can hate this song together because I think a lot of people very like.
They love it.
Yeah, they love it. So the lyrics are the words to a song. Yeah, the
Yeah.
lyrics. Yeah, a lot of people love that song, but I just cannot stand it.
Yeah,
So
I know it's on all the time and it just I almost said something a few Christmases ago. It was on, and I almost said, like, oh, I hate this song. And right then, my husband's brother was like, oh my God, this is my favorite Christmas song. And I was like, ah.
zip it.
Okay, I have a game. I have a game I want to play.
Oh, another game.
Yeah.
Do I know what we're playing?
No, but I'm going to explain it to you. I mean, you
Okay.
might know, but I'm going to explain
I
it
might
to you.
need to take a quick break if
Yeah,
that's all right. Should we
go
should
for
we
it.
do like a little like
We can do a quick break.
quick break? Is it okay if I run out for a minute?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be quick. Maybe do you want to let people know about something special that's going on with
Oh
in
my
the
gosh, this
world
is
of
perfect
Lingoni?
timing for that. Yes,
Okay, cool. I'll
Brian.
be right back.
Okay. Okay, guys. So while Brian is taking a little pause, I want to tell you about what's going on with the last sale of the year with Lingoni right now. So, as you can see here, we have different packages that you can have for our app, but the most popular package is the intensive package, which is a 12-month package. And right now it's 15% off. This is the final sale of the year. We don't know when the next sale is going to be. So if you've been thinking about joining the app, now would be a great time. Also, maybe good to start thinking, New Year's resolutions, really buckle down and start studying. This is a good way to ensure you're actually going to do it. If you spend money on something, you're usually going to actually stick with it. So right now it's 15% off. You can head to the website to sign up. And the cool thing about the intensive package that's not in the other packages is that you get a pronunciation tool. So I do know that American English or any English is quite difficult to pronounce because it isn't read exactly like it's spelled. So with the pronunciation tool, you get a lot more practice to make sure you're actually pronouncing the words correctly. In German, it's quite easy once you know how the letters sound. You can sound out all of the words and you figure out pronunciation a little easier. With English, it's pretty difficult. And I feel very sorry for you guys, but the pronunciation tool will totally help you. You can speak into it. And if it doesn't sound right, you can't move on. So you have to do it until you set it right. And hopefully with this practice, you really can sound just like a native speaker. So again, 15% off right now. Don't know exactly when it's going to end. Oh my God, he's back. Don't know exactly when it's going to end, so don't put it off for too long. But if you've been thinking about getting the app, this is the time. So break is over. Perfect timing. I just finished my little spiel on how great the discount is right now with the pronunciation tool.
Good timing.
So
I'm glad my lighting is working out for this.
me
It's
too, because
already
it
dark
is.
here.
Let me show you what it looks like outside right now before we continue. Here we go. It's snowy and dark.
Wow.
We've got the lanterns guiding the driveway.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Lights.
Are there candles in the lanterns?
Yeah, they're candles.
Hi, Yulia. Thanks
Very
for joining.
Okay, I'll bring us back. Hello. Sorry if that made anybody dizzy. Oh,
No, it
you
was
can see we
nice.
have our Christmas tree here. This is the small Christmas tree. The big one's in
Very
the living room.
cute.
And some of the gifts that I stole from under the tree to bring in here.
Maybe are you guys in the US? No, I am in Berlin and I'm turning on my heat because my room is very cold now.
And I'm in Finland. I'm in the North Pole.
In the North Pole.
Santa.
I need to tell my nephew that you're with Santa now.
Yes, you do.
Hanging out with
Santa's
Santa
finished.
in the North
I
Pole.
don't know if you guys knew that. Back to my game. Since we don't have too much longer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm ready.
So I'm going to describe a Christmas themed something. It could be a food, it could be an object, but it's Christmas themed. And you guys have to guess. So Brian, you can guess, or you guys in the comments.
Okay. I'll try to guess. I'll try to give people a little time.
Okay. This
I'm a
one
good
might
guesser.
be a Brian one.
Okay.
But let's see. Okay. I'll start with a few hints and then add more. I'll start with one word. Cardigan.
Sweater?
What kind of sweater?
Knit sweater.
I'll give you another hint.
Oh, an ugly sweater.
Uh-huh. And
A holiday sweater. A Christmas sweater.
yeah, you're
A
right.
Christmas sweater party. An ugly sweater party.
An ugly Christmas sweater party.
Yes.
What in
Do you
the
have an
world
ugly
is
Christmas
that?
sweater?
I do have an ugly Christmas sweater, but it's in Germany.
Mm. My sweater. My ugly sweater. No,
It's
this is not ugly. This is a beautiful sweater.
So ugly Christmas sweater parties. I think it actually started in Canada, weirdly enough.
That sounds right.
And I
Sometimes
know
I
it's
just call them ugly
Canadian
sweater parties
feeling.
too.
You what?
Sometimes I just call them ugly sweater parties too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I usually go for the full name.
The
I don't know
whole
why.
thing.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
because
so
you can have like
everyone
an ugly
wears.
sweater that's not a Christmas sweater too, right?
Yeah, that's true. But it is always around Christmas time, and everybody at the party wears their ugliest Christmas sweater. Something really ridiculous, and they sell them now. You can find them like online and stuff everywhere, even in Germany. And
I
they
want
are
to hold up
usually
my phone and
so
see if I can
ugly.
show you.
Yeah, they're like with glitter and with
So this is a
fur.
picture of me and my sisters. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There we go.
Yeah.
And so there, I'm not wearing. This is like, it's not really an ugly sweater, but it's like,
You could wear
yeah, it's a
that to a
Christmas. Yeah,
party though.
it's an ugly Christmas sweater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's bells and they're ridiculous. But it's fun.
Mm. Yeah, some of them are really awful, but I think because they're so awful, they're amazing. Like at first, if you see them by themselves, you're like, this is ugly, this is terrible. But I think now they've kind of become popular in their own way. Like their ugliness is what makes them beautiful,
Yeah.
ironically enough.
It's fun. And especially when everyone has them on, you take a big group picture. It's so good.
Good
Okay.
one.
Here's
Okay, I'm
another.
ready for the next one.
This one is a tradition. Okay. Ah.
Is that a hint, or
That's
did you
the
just
hint.
get hurt? Can you
Ah.
Christmas caroling?
Yeah, Christmas
Have you ever
caroling.
done Christmas caroling before?
When I was a little kid, but never like as like an adult
Precious.
person. No. Have you? I mean, I know you have, haven't you?
Yeah. Because I went Christmas caroling at Harvard Square. I did a lot when I was in high school, and
What is
even
Christmas
after high school.
caroling?
So it's Christmas caroling is when you go around and you sing songs to people just on the street. It's lovely. I did it actually when I lived in China too, but I think a lot of the people there were like, "What are these people doing?"
Yeah, who
They
are these?
seemed kind of like, acting strangely, or they thought we were acting strangely.
Mm.
Um, yeah, but I wanted to do it this because I'm kind of. I mean, you're gone now. You were gone most of December. My partner's gone for December, and so most of my circle is gone. And I was hoping to meet up with some people in Berlin and practice some Christmas carols and go Christmas caroling, but that never ended up happening. But if I'm around here next winter, or no matter where I am, maybe that'll be a goal of mine because I
Yeah.
love doing it. It's just fun, and especially if you can,
Sing.
put together a good ensemble that sings well and does like cool and interesting songs, it can be really cool to just be walking down the street and you just hear people caroling. It's a nice touch.
Yeah. If I could
Yeah.
sing, I'd do it, but nobody wants to. I would ruin someone's Christmas probably.
No, I'm sure you're a great singer.
Their ears would bleed.
Oh,
Oh, you're spending Christmas
Julie's
alone
spending Christmas
too.
alone. Sorry, Julie. What city are you in, Julie?
Hmm.
I just actually was listening to a podcast today on from like Funk Radio,
Mhm.
and they were talking about like getting together with family during the holidays and how to like avoid family stress and how to deal with like conflict that sometimes happens during the holidays with family. And they
Mm,
also talked about spending Christmas alone. And they mentioned there was this like Facebook group called Neu in Berlin,
mm,
where people post there about all kinds of things. But around this time of year, people are saying like, "Hey, I'm going to be alone on Christmas. Does anybody want to meet up?" And that's kind of what I'm doing actually for Christmas too, because I'm not with family and all of my people are kind of gone. So I'll be,
yeah.
um, yeah, somebody who I met recently. I'm going to be spending Christmas with. We're gonna get together, we're gonna cook and maybe watch a movie. So that'll be nice. And
Yeah.
Julie, I hope if you're okay being alone, then good for you. But if you want to spend time with people, I hope you can, you know, maybe find a way to reach out and
Yeah, maybe
see
even
people.
if your family's far away or something, maybe you can do a Skype thing or, sit and have
Mm,
Christmas dinner with them, but on Skype. I think there's a
yeah.
lot of, yeah. Thank goodness for technology, right?
Yeah. 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 Sometimes I have paint nights with one of my friends back home. We'll just sit on Skype for 3 or 4 hours, and we're just painting and chatting, and we're not always talking. It's kind of like
Yeah,
we're in the same room together, and that can be nice.
that is nice. Okay, I'm
Yeah.
gonna do one last guessing,
All
and
right.
then let's move on and talk just in the last few minutes about New Year's, New Year's Eve, and those
I
kind of
know. Yeah. It's
traditions.
time to wrap up soon.
Okay, last hint. Jack Frost.
Ooh. Nipping at your nose.
An object.
So Jack Frost, I know there was a movie I think called Jack Frost a few years ago,
Uh-huh.
and he was
Scary.
a creature. What's that?
It was scary, right? I never saw it, but it looked
There's
scary.
probably a scary Jack Frost, but there was like a really cute one.
Oh, okay, good.
Oh, maybe we can type. I'll type in Jack Frost.
Maybe like Frosty. I know Frosty.
Frosty. And there's a story. It's about a boy. It's like not a Disney one, but it's I don't know. Um, and it talks about so his dad dies, and then he builds something out of snow,
Mhm.
and then one night he makes a wish, and it comes to life, and it's his father again.
Oh.
And it's a really sweet and like touching story.
Oh, that
But
is
what's the
sweet.
thing? Maybe our viewers can tell us. What's the thing
Yeah.
um, that you make out of snow that
Yeah,
looks like?
snow, and then when you're a kid especially, but honestly, maybe I'll do it this weekend too.
I hope you do. Send me a
If I do, I'll
picture.
send you a picture. I'll post it on the Lingoni Insta if it comes together.
If it comes, Emily, it's coming together. Darn it.
Well, guys, we're talking about snowman or one snowman, multiple snowmen.
Hmm. Yeah.
Do you guys build snowmen when it snows outside? I have lots of memories as a kid building snowmen and getting the carrot for the nose and the little big
Yeah.
arms and wrapping a scarf around him, putting a hat on him,
That was the best. I loved doing that.
or snow
Did,
families.
did you get enough snow to do that?
Oh yeah. When I was a kid, I swear it snowed every Christmas. It
Mm,
probably didn't, but it really felt like it.
yeah. 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 We definitely, yeah, every winter there's usually the chance to. Boston gets a lot of snow normally. It's
Yeah,
changed in the
I can
past few years,
imagine.
but
Yeah, I know. It's what a bummer. Global warming.
yeah.
Yay. Um, cool. Well, we only have a few more minutes, so let's quickly just discuss what America does for New Year's Eve, New Year's Day, And then let's go ahead and wrap this up.
Yeah.
But yeah, just like the rest of the world, I think most places in the world do celebrate New Year's Eve, which is the last day of the
Hmm.
year. What do you do on New Year's Eve, Brian? What did your family do when you were growing up?
Um, well, it was always that holiday that like so growing up I always had to go to bed early as a kid, as
Mm,
is the case with many kids. But that was the one night where my parents said, "Okay, you can stay up till midnight and then you have to go
mm,
to bed at like,
yeah.
12:01 on New Year's Day." So yeah, we just stay up and celebrate in our own way. And then of course, like as an adult, you do the same thing. You stay up until late. You're partying, you're celebrating with people. A lot of people are drinking alcohol, of course.
Champagne mostly. I think
Yeah, you
champagne
pop
is the big
open.
drink.
Yeah, you pop
Yeah.
open. Yeah, that when midnight strikes, maybe.
Mhm.
Um, you light some fireworks.
Yeah.
Yeah, fireworks. I don't know how big they are in New Year's in America. I think in a lot of
They're not as
countries.
big in America as other
Yeah.
countries, I think.
Yeah. The big firework holiday in the US is the 4th of July, so Independence
Yeah,
Day.
yeah.
Um,
Did you
yeah, and
guys
then
watch the ball drop in the
I was
countdown?
I was gonna ask you that, yeah.
Yeah, we
Um,
did. It was on in the background. We weren't, like, super into it, but
y
we would do
yeah.
the 10-second countdown.
Yeah, oh, I love doing that, yeah. Or sometimes, like, have you ever noticed that it was the New Year afterwards? You're like, "Oh my god, midnight just happened," and you're like, "I
Yeah,
missed it."
all the
You've
time,
done.
literally all the time.
Yeah, because 'cause you're just having a good time with people, so you kind of forget.
Yeah,
And do you
totally.
tend to make New Year's resolutions?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I make very realistic resolutions. I'm not the kind of person that says like something crazy, but I will say like, this year I want to tweak this thing I do. For example, I don't know, running or something. I want to see if I can do that by the end of the year. But
Hmm,
I also do that for like my birthdays and stuff. So it's not necessary. It's not that big of a deal for me. What about
yeah.
you?
Um, so by the way, a New Year's resolution is kind of like a promise to yourself of what you are going to do or change or how you're going to be better the next year. So similar to what we saw with like Yom Kippur with Jewish New Year,
Mm,
and also maybe a little different from Kwanzaa, but yeah.
mhm.
Um, yeah, I think trying to think if I have made New Year's resolutions. I think I make goals throughout the year,
Yeah, same. That's just
and
I make them off of them
New
that day.
Year's isn't really the time where I'm like focused on, okay, but it is a time that I do take to reflect on the year that's passed
Yeah.
and think, okay, what what have I done? What was the good? We definitely know what the bad is. I don't need to think about it
Yeah,
anymore.
ignore that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And, are there any special things you do on New Year's Day every year? I have one that we do in my family. I don't really do it on my own,
Nurse your
but
hangover.
that for sure. Order cheeseburgers and cry to yourself that you feel
Yeah.
like bad. We, eat black-eyed peas on January
I think I
1st.
remember you saying that. I've never why?
It's a very Southern thing to do, and it's like, apparently its influence came from Asia and Africa, randomly enough, and yeah, it's for good luck. So my dad
Mm,
would always make black-eyed peas and cornbread, and we would eat
mhm.
that together. Even if we were hungover, we went
Yeah.
to my parents' house and we ate black-eyed peas together and, yeah, just talked about the year ahead.
Nice. Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Some cultures, like, America is a melting pot of different cultures. And in some parts of America, they also eat cabbage and sauerkraut, which is an Eastern European good luck
Tradition.
tradition.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't
which I
really
know
have
some of my
any like
friends from Poland do that.
cool. Yeah, for me, New Year's isn't that big, and I've actually heard that a lot of people find New Year's to be disappointing because,
Yeah.
especially like New Year's Eve, so the night before New
Oh,
Year's, is your you have these expectations that you're going to go out, you're going to have a lot of fun, and
mm,
like it's going to be crazy. And I think people get these really high expectations, and
yeah.
it's one of the more disappointing holidays. At least with Thanksgiving or Christmas, you might have some family stress.
Yeah.
But like New Year's is supposed to be amazing, and then a lot of people find that it's just like average. So I think I learned that, at some point in college, and then I always just had that expectation. And if it ended up being a great night, then I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Gosh, I can't
Mhm.
believe that. Like, I mean, Christmas is in 2 days, and that New Year's is right around the corner.
Do you have any plans for New Year's this year?
I do, yeah. One of my friends invited me to a little get together.
Okay.
Um, Yeah, so it's just gonna be a few of his friends, but I'm glad that he invited me, and
Mhm.
he's gonna be gone during Christmas. So I think otherwise we maybe would have spent Christmas together.
Okay.
But yeah, so I'm glad to, and I've actually met his friends before at one of his parties. So
Okay.
um,
And you get
yeah,
along.
yeah, yeah. And what about you?
I don't know what we're gonna do.
Yeah,
I
what
assume we're
country
gonna
will you
hang
be in?
out. What?
What country will you be in?
I'll be in Finland still.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we'll probably do something with my husband's brothers and maybe his parents. I'm not sure. Or maybe his friends. I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
any
I mean, you
plans
can just
yet.
relax,
I'll
maybe
go
have a
with the
drink if you
flow.
want, light a sparkler or something.
Yeah, drink a little champagne, eat some food of sorts, maybe find some black eyed peas. Don't
Mm.
know.
Yeah, and a sparkler is just like a little stick. It's kind of like incense. So it it looks kind of like this, but when you light it on fire, it's like it sparks and it just
It's
goes all
very
the way
pretty.
down.
It's like a
Yeah, yeah.
tiny
It's a
little
lot of light,
firework.
but it only is lit for maybe like 30 seconds or something. It's very short before it
Yeah, we
goes
always
down.
played with those when I was a little kid. On My parents would give us those, and we would write our names in the darkness, and you can see it.
Yeah, yeah.
We might have some
Cool.
of those this year. So, okay, before we get going, Brian, I cannot let you leave without telling me the Chinese Christmas tradition that you
Oh,
said.
you have such a good memory. I forget these things.
I'm so
So the
curious.
Chinese tradition is that you give someone an apple. You have to
Ah,
give
I
someone an
figured it
apple.
might have something to do with fruit.
Yeah, yeah. I forget why though. I think it's something like good luck or like good health or something. Yeah,
Maybe it's
so it's
health.
important to
An
give
apple a
someone.
day keeps the doctor away,
True,
maybe.
true. Yeah. So I think that's it. That's the
Cool.
Chinese tradition. And there might be some other things too, but I know that's the main thing. Like China is really big on selling apples, leading up to, and you usually wrap it nicely too. So they have these very elaborate
Oh,
ways that you wrap them. It's not like your
that's
Christmas
cute.
gift
I
is
like
just
that.
boring. Yeah, yeah, they're really pretty. Yeah.
Okay. Well, guys, in the comments, if you have any traditions you want to tell us about, do you have any New Year's resolutions? Are there any other things we forgot to talk about? Please let us
Yeah.
know. We love to read what you guys say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll be happy to talk about it. Cool. Um,
Okay.
all right.
Well,
So I think that about wraps it up for today for this
wraps it
live
up. Haha,
stream.
Christmas presents.
It was great talking to you, Emily. I'm glad we got to, talk about all these different holidays, this
Yeah.
whole long, holiday season. Yeah, have a very Merry Christmas. Enjoy the time with your
You
family. Enjoy
too.
the wintry wonderland where you are. Tell
I
Santa I said
will.
hello.
I will,
Yeah.
definitely. And guys, don't forget, Brian and I have another live stream on January 4th. We're going to
Mhm.
give you guys tons and tons of tips and insight, information, tricks for how to improve your English. We're going to talk about listening. We're going to talk about reading. We're going to talk about writing. We're going to talk about our favorite thing, talking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And this might be one of
So,
your New Year's resolutions, right? Is improving your language skills, right? Improving your English or improving in another language. So we'll
yeah.
talk about tips that we've used in order to improve our language skills and other languages as well.
Yes. And
Yeah.
I had something else to say. It was important. Oh, yeah, the app. Like I said earlier, right now there is a discount. And so if that is one of your New Year's resolutions to improve your English, this would be a great time to go ahead and sign up for the app, see what it's all about. We also offer a 7-day trial. Now, if you do the 7-day trial, I'm not sure the sale will still be going on afterwards, but
Yeah.
there is a trial, totally free, 7 days. Each day you get an email with all kinds of worksheets and interactive exercises that go along with a lesson or a podcast.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and so we have also it's if you sign up for our intensive, it's a 12-month membership, then you get 15% off. That's our end of year sale that we have going on now. So go ahead to lingoni.com to check that out.
yep.
All right.
Okay. Well, on that note, happy
Or probably
holidays
or
to
maybe the link
everyone.
might be in the description.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably in there.
probably to get the discount. Cool. Yeah. So on that note, you were saying
Yes. Happy holidays, everyone, and happy new year. And we will see you in 2022.
woo! Enjoy
Woohoo!
everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Celebrate safe.